Hi friends, this is Kishore. Welcome back to my channel. Today I would like to talk about the data that was released in this week like CPI, PPI and also union workers strike and head and shoulders pattern in IWM. This is not a financial advice, just for knowledge purpose only. Let's jump into the show. So the first one, fear and greed index. Right now it is at neutral. We know last week also it is in neutral, and 1 month ago also it's in neutral. So we moved from extreme greed to greed, from greed to neutral. So September and October are a little bit bearish months in the year, in every year. So we may move from neutral to fear, or it may turn to the greed as it little bit of oversold regions. And this is a daily heat map. You can see on Friday, most of them are in big sell-off. Very few are in the green color. You can see the healthcare, some of them in the healthcare, and some of them in the utilities. And this weekly heat map, we can see Tesla stand tall. It went up more than 10%, and also the banks and utilities performed well. And this weekly sector performance, we can clearly see technology beaten down a lot. The major technologies are all down crazily this week. And we can see XLU utilities, it went up more than 2%. It outperformed the SPY this week. Mostly this is the defensive sector. The money is moving from the uh, technology to the defensive sector. And also the discretionary here, we can see XLY is more than 1%. As we see, Tesla went up more than 10%. That helped the XLY to be set it green. And this is the percentage of large cap stocks above their moving averages, like 5, 20, 50, like that. And still we see the utilities performed well this week. Even though it performed well, there are so many stocks under 100 day moving average, and 150 and 200 moving average. So there is a lot more scope in the utilities to go up. And this is XLU. So I shared this chart last week, and I mentioned it is at around, at that time it is at 62 or something here, and I mentioned the support is at 61, and the targets are 65 and 67. So this is a daily chart. You can see clearly it hit this trend line, and this is a shooting star. And whenever there is a shooting star during the trend line at the resistance levels with the huge volume, we may expect some pullback. So my supports are 63.86 and 63, and the resistance are 65 and 67. We can see similar kind of shooting stars in the past also in this, like here one, and this is one. After that, the trend got reversal here. So I'm expecting the same. It may go down a little bit and then it can bounce. And this is CPI. August CPI data came on Wednesday. It went up more than expected, and also on Thursday, PPI came more than the expected. So they both pointing the same. The inflation is rising, and this adds up, like CPI year over year changes more than the last month. And this adds up my point. Last week video I mentioned about the stagflation, and this is a Fed Watch tool. I thought, like, based on the increase in the inflation, we expect like 25 basis points increase. But based on the Fed Watch tool, 98% they are not expecting any rate rate hike. And this is energy. So you can clearly see the crude oil went up to 91.20, and also you can see the oil, Brent, gasoline, heating oil, all are went up. So in my last week video, I mentioned crude oil at the time it's 88 or 89. I said it can cross 90 or 94. So right now it is 91.20, but it can go up to 94 or 93. That may be one of the reasons why Tesla stock went up on Friday. So this is a West Texas oil, crude oil chart. We can clearly see, I put it like 85 is a support and 93.85 is another resistance. So it looks like it's going there. If it goes there, we can see like what happens at the time. But right now it is very bullish to me. And this is due to high crude oil prices, it kicking the jet fuel price also high. You can clearly see here the blue line is the jet fuel price, and green line is the dated Brent. There is a huge gap between these two, between the jet fuel and the crude oil, and you can clearly see that jet fuel prices are going up. This is putting, like last couple of months from May 23rd. You can clearly see here the jet fuel price is going up. This is putting a lot of pressure on the airline stocks, and Southwest Airlines amplifies concerns about domestic travel demand. And this news came on July 27, and Southwest gave bad results also. And you can clearly see here the Southwest stock went down from almost 42 to 28. But this is a weekly chart. You can clearly see it's a hammer candle. I see it's like a bullish hammer candle here, and at the exactly at the previous support level. So and there is a gap at 34. So I'm expecting it can bounce from here and it go up to 34. And these are my support and resistance levels for the Southwest Airlines. And another important thing is UAW workers a strike. So this put a lot of pressure on the GM, Ford, and Sterling, the three big automakers. So and also it may put some pressure on the insurance companies also, as a lot of work, like around 150k 150k employees go out of jobs and they may not have the insurance coverage. And this is a treasury yield, a 10-year treasury yield. It hit again 4.3, and this is one of the major thing which is putting the high pressure on the technology stocks. And this is key treasury curve inverts for record period of time. So the 10-year treasury curve inverted more than any time in the past, like more than 220 days. So in the past it went up around 200 days, like in 1970s and 2009, 2008, but it's beaten those two records. So right now this is the highest period of time the yield curve inversion in takes place. So this put a lot of pressure on the banks. And this is QQQ. You can clearly see it's forming a symmetrical triangle, and this is a daily chart. On Friday we have a huge volume with the bearish engulfing candle, but we may not, I may not consider this because we know like Friday is the OPEX day, so a lot of expressions, options expressions, and closing the positions. So that may be the reason we see huge volume, but this is still a little bit bearish sign because it hits this symmetrical triangle upper bound almost it happened at the upper bound. So we may see some silence and it can take either of the direction. And I talked about the SPY dividend day on September 2nd video. I mentioned during quarterly dividend days, SPY went down 1% or 1%, 1.2% down. And this is SPY daily chart, and we can clearly see here on Friday it's more than 1% was down, and we can see it's forming a symmetrical triangle, and it can go some sideways, or on Monday there is a Monday and Tuesday margin covering would be there. Whenever there is a options expiry on Friday, and next coming Monday and Tuesday margin calls would be there, so margin covering would be there. So Monday and Tuesday we may see some volatility in the market, either in the upside or the downside. So I'm thinking based on the CCI it can goes down, but here are my support and resistance level for the SPY. And this is Oliver Kell price action chart, and this is the weekly chart. The red line is 20 EMA and 10 blue line is 10 EMA. So whenever the 10 EMA goes below 20 EMA, we can see the downtrend, and once 10 EMA cross above the 20 EMA, we can see the uh, upside uptrend. Right now, I applied the same thing on the SPY weekly chart. We can see here whenever the 10 EMA goes below 20 EMA, at the time we can think whether it goes down, but till then it may go sideways, or there is still chance to go up and reach that 460 level. And this is the IWM, it's a daily chart. It is looks like it is forming a head and shoulders pattern, but we can draw either the blue line is the head and neckline, or we can take the black line also the neckline. I'm considering the black line as the neckline because there is a huge wick in this. There is a huge wick here, and also there is a huge green bullish engulfing candle here, and there is also two more bullish engulfing candles. So that's the reason I'm seeing a lot of buyers at this level. So if it breaks like 181, then it can easily goes to that 174 level, 177 level. There is a gap here, it can fill that gap. Once it fill the gap, it may bounce or it may go down. So if head and shoulders patterns are confirmed, we may see up to the 164 level. That's a measured target, but before that we need to go down below 181, and then it should fill this 177 level gap. Later only we can see the 164 level if it is goes below 177. So this is one more. The US small caps have hit 22-year low related to the large caps. So when they compared the ratio between Russell 2000 to the Russell 1000, it hit 22 years low. And this is another way to look into it. So the ratio of S&P 500 index to the Russell micro cap, it hit double top. So this what it tells is there is no good market breadth. So when market is rising, all stocks should participate like small, mid, and large cap. If only one sector or only one style type of stocks are rising, that's not good for the market breadth. So based on this chart we can see small caps or mid caps are going down, or they are not in the participating in the market index rally. Only the large caps are participating, and also we know like more of them of a related stocks. And this is one of the good chart, secular bull and bear markets. As I mentioned in my last video, secular bull markets are like 10 years to 15 years kind of thing. We can see here, if you invest in $1 in 1920, it's up to the 1920 it went $5. So like that, this tells like if you invest $1 at this time, how much it went up in the secular bull run. So on 2009, if you invest $1 at this present, it is around $6. So whatever is happened in the market today is happened in the past, and also it will happen in the future. So the reason is the human psychology is same in the past and now and also in the future. So that's the reason you can see similar kind of patterns. If we know what happened in the past, we can find similar kind of pattern now or in the future, and that helps us to take a good decisions. Hope you like this video. If you like this video, please hit the like button. Please watch more videos in my channel and share this content if any of your friends looking similar kind of content. And also please hit the bell icon so that you will get notification when I upload a new video. Thank you so much. Bye bye.